Hey, it's another vlogging day. And what are we going to be talking about on this vlog? You bet. Gear! My cameras came in and I ever so happy. I feel like a kindergarten when I did that. The Insta360 One X2 and the Insta360 One RS. Oh yeah! Now, I'm not going to be super stoked about the X2, but I should be about the One RS, right? I just started the video and did the scene, and when I shut it off, I saw the camera go like it was on time lapse. What's happening, GoPro? Oh, you're not feeling well today again? Got a nice shelf for the Insta360s. And why do they call it the Insta360s? A 360 camera. And here we have is today an action camera, the One RS. I use Power Director 19, Power Director 20. And they also have Magic's 2022. I'm just saw a peddler's cart go off the opposite side of the road, so I gotta have eyes all around me, and that's where the Insta360 X2 comes about, where I could have just spun it around and said, hey, look at that guy just come up the one-way street. And one of the questions that was asked from my gig user, excellent gentleman indeed, he has Final Cut Pro on the Mac and DaVinci Resolve. He says, why does Power Director doesn't look good as DaVinci Resolve 17? I don't really have that answer, but when I render my video, my settings are MP4, and I think it's 30,000 bit rate, and I could beef it up a lot more, and the speed of the render is really faster than Magic's, which takes so much time to put each of the clips in there, so there's no loss, and it's definitely a different quality than Power Director. And I noticed that with Magic's being a better editor than Power Director. But DaVinci Resolve, when you hit the spaceship, I choose MPEG-4 and I choose the 4K 3860 by 21640, 2988 or something. I don't have the numbers in front of me, people, please forgive me. And I know it's on the highest quality or something. I'll double check that work. But in order for me to do my rendering, my editing in Resolve, I'm having issues where I put in one transition and then I can't get a second, third, or fourth, or fifth, anything after that. I only get about one. So my machine is not up to par for Resolve, the Lenovo ThinkPad Yoga X380. So either I'm gonna have to get a Macintosh or a better Windows machine. And I don't want to spend $5,000 to get a better Windows machine that can do the job. So if you are editing with Resolve with a computer that's 1 terabyte and an i7 and it's the latest machine out there, drop a line down below. I'm willing to listen, think about what you got. Ohio Fred, he did that. He showed me his machine. It was a couple of years old, but it's too late now. That machine's really outdated, like my Acer Aspire R5 571 TG that could have done the job. No more today. I'm not going to push out the Insta360 One RS and X2 like that, like people gotta get it out and gotta be the first to show it. I'm giving you a real person's review on it. What you're gonna see is I'm gonna show you how to register it, then that'd be that video. I'm gonna show you how the camera looks in the hand, go over it and compare it, that and that review. And I'm not gonna do it all in 8 minutes time. showing you action shots and all that good stuff. I can't, because I don't have the time, 2 months to do it. And then the camera's going to be real old, or the camera's pre-released and it came out. Those guys had to do that. They had to take their time to learn the camera. But you see a lot of these videos out there. One person, he just shows his hands, he's showing little sports, and you think he learned the camera as soon as he's got it and the camera's out online and the reviews are like that. They're good at their reviews, but they're short-term people. They don't keep the camera long enough to enjoy it. They turn around and they dump it and they go get something else to do a review. Well, I'm not sure if I'm going to be loving the camera, because I wear glasses, and the camera, let me tell you, impressive, small in hand, very small, and the screen is half the size of the GoPro's front screen, and that's going to be a problem for my old eyes. If I can't see it, I'm going to use the camera for 30 days and it may go back to Amazon. But I'm not sure right now. Right now, I got other things to do, and I'm going to take my time and see what the camera's about. That's who I am. One thing I'm going to tell you, the GoPro door is definitely different than the One RS. And if you don't have that One RS door closed properly, you're going to have loads of fun. Now, I can see a little space on the camera, and if I don't use the frame, you know, you could break the camera, break the ports. And this is something that you have to think about. If you're constantly going to take this camera and you're going to constantly do this, it may not be the best camera in the world to have a modular camera. And like I said early on, Insta360 is about 360 cameras. They felt they needed to come out with a modular camera and get into the action business and start to compete with other cameras like DJI, GoPro, and all the other budget cameras, which, you know, they're trying to come up. And you want to be on a budget, that's the way you go. You want to get something a lot better, I don't think you want to go that route. And that's where Insta360, at the price $299 just with a 4K boost, not the 360 camera, is a start, versus having a GoPro that started out $549 just for the camera, forcing you to get a subscription, a 1-year subscription, and it giving you some get into the full app. And if the camera breaks, so you're able to replace it for $449. Then it dropped to $399, and then it kind of dropped to $369, and it's back up to $399. And you got a lot of accessories at half off if it included the latest modules at the given time. That was not included. Well, with Insta360, they had their spring sale, and their spring sale offered you a free invisible stick, 120 centimeter stick. And if you went to other places, it giving you up to $55 off of Insta360, but not the Insta360 One RS. The Insta360 One X2 was $43 off. And that is a great sale. I'm not here to persuade you to come over to Insta360 or to go over to the GoPro. I'm here to share my story, my fun with you. I gotta stop because I feel like I'm dragging. And all we can do is give you suggestions, recommendations, tell you what works for us that you may like or dislike. And that's where it comes to be a love and hate relationship of cameras, that is. I am happy that I got an excellent deal, and I thank all my supporters for helping out. And this will give me the opportunity to compare the camera test the camera, review the camera my way, and share it to the world, and share my thoughts out there. And that is a good thing. You may say, hey Fish, that's a great camera. Hey Fish, I may not like that camera. Hey Fish, what would you suggest? Which will work for me? Thank you for the review, and keep the great work going. High expectations, that's what's happening. Peer pressure. Oh, he's got everything. No, I don't. Now, we all watch videos, and the more we watch, the more we want to get. And let me suggest to be very careful who you watch and how they persuade you to tell you, oh man, that's a great camera to get. And I would research before I take the leap. And that's what I've done. I research. I want another 4K camera, but I don't do 5.3K. And 6K is what this camera is capable of. But it's a 4K action camera. If you want 5.3K, it may not do it unless you go get the Leica lens. But that's what I get out of it. I know the camera can do 5.3K, but my machine may not. So yeah, think about the camera you want. Wouldn't you want more lower resolutions to work on? Something a little easier in bit rate? And the Insta360, in the history of Itsy Sky, he had great difficulty with the M1 Macintosh trying to edit those videos of the Insta360 1R. Well, I'm not sure what his problem was, but he is an excellent gentleman indeed to listen to. He'll tell you like it is as well. I want to share one more thing and give you a little hint and all. The module with the you know, not the 4K boost, but the module, the base module. When you put on the boost and you turn it towards selfie mode, and you want to now, you know, shoot video, that right hand button, like on the GoPro, becomes a left hand side. It changes all around. The right becomes left, the left becomes left. It just confuses the hell out of you over time. The button is not like the GoPro. You'll get my meaning when you see the camera in the actual hand and play with it. The button arrangement, it should have been a bigger button. The buttons are smaller. Everything is smaller. So think about it. You're young, you got no problem. You're an older person, you're gonna want a bigger button. The button doesn't protrude out or stick up as high as a GoPro. I would have loved to see it a little bit better, like the DJI, a beefier button. Well, I said a lot, did a lot, talked a lot, and that's who I am. I'm Fish, and time to get going and more about gear at a later time. So I hope I made some sense to you in my video and look in the future of what to do. If you're up for an action camera, you want to check them all out. Sit down, relax, watch more videos, and find a real person's video. Watch out for these big YouTube creators. You may never know who they are and what they're doing. On that note, have a great day and see you all later.